What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Baseball Highlight Show. How's everyone doing today? I'm your host, T. I'm back. Under the T, I'm going to cover this Mariners and Blue Jays. Blue Jays putting up a fight, as you can see last night. Got my boy Vlad right on the screen, as you can see, under the T-Mobile Park's bright lights. With the roar of the Seattle crowd behind them, the stage was set for a defining night, ALCS. Seattle came in a 2-0 lead, confident, slick, but the Toronto Blue Jays bats had other plans. From the first swing last night, Game 3 became an acclamation, a statement from the Blue Jays that they were far from done. The Mariners struck first as Julio Rodríguez launched a 2-run homer off Blue Jays starter Shane Bieber in the opening inning, putting Seattle up 2-0 and sending a wave of momentum through the home crowd. The dream start. But what followed would be a thunderclap response. Toronto in desperate need to spark an answer, not with meek scratches, but with a full throttle onslaught. In the third inning, none other than Andres Gimenez, hitting ninth in the order, unleashed a dramatic 2-run blast that lit the fuse. That swing turned heads. It wasn't just a homer, it was permission to believe again. Mariners starter George Kirby, once steady, trembled under the pressure. Losing command, the Blue Jays piled on Vladimir Guerrero Jr., ripped a double. Dalton Varsho came through with a 2-run double, and the wild pitch tacked on another. Suddenly, Toronto had turned a 2-0 hole into 5-2 lead. In a flurry of offense from the floodgates open in the fourth, George Springer launched a solo home run, staking Toronto further ahead in the fifth. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. drove in another ball into the seats. Kirby overwhelmed, excited after 4 innings, having given up 8 runs on 8 hits. Mariners relieved it intended to stem the flow, but Toronto's lineup was firing on all cylinders now. The top of the 6th brought perhaps the dagger blow. Kirk, stepping into a moment of rising tension, hammered a 3-run shot that pushed the lead to double digits, and the crowd gasped at the same time. Bieber, early rattled by Julio's homer, found his stride. He settled, struck out 8, and cruised through 6 innings with steadiness, giving his bats room to stretch their arms. But by the late innings, the Mariners grew urgent. They tried to battle back in the bottom of the 8th, back-to-back homers by Randy and Cal narrowed the gaps. Gap 12-4, but Toronto's bullpen, through conceding those long balls, confused to let Seattle truly close in. And at the top of it all, Addison Barger launched a solo shot in the 9th inning to extend the lead, making it 13-4 and sealing Toronto's victory. This was more than just a win. Yes, it was more than just a win. The Blue Jays hit 5 home runs, collected 18 hits, and matched the postseason records in the power output. Every section of the lineup got involved. The usual suspects, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Springer, delivered, but at the bottom of the order, chipped in key damage. Jimenez, homer especially. Meanwhile, Seattle pitching, the defense faltered under pressure. What had looked like controlled aggression turned porous. The bullpen leaked over. Kirby's meltdown loomed large, and the Mariners hitters couldn't keep pace with Toronto's rhythm. In the dugout, the Blue Jays faced, glowed. Hope had been revived. For Seattle, it was sobering. A reminder that October demands both fire and steel. Toronto cut the series deficit to 2-1 and walk off the field with swagger renewed. The ALCS now shifts momentum. Game 3 will be remembered as a night Toronto's bats roared back to life. And the night Bieber erased doubts. In the night, one swing, Jimenez from Kirk and Guerrero turned the series on its head. That's what I got for you guys tonight, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for those Dodgers. I believe they're coming up tonight, so I'll be definitely covering those guys for these CLS and on to the World Series coming soon. See y'all later. Thank you for tuning in.